What's going on, guys? This is Mr. DeLorean here. Welcome to a brand new video, and welcome to my review for day 1 of the Back 4 Blood beta. Now, the Back 4 Blood beta, hopefully as you guys are seeing this, has only been out for 1 day. So I want to quickly add this bit of a disclaimer to say that every bit of negative criticism I have towards the game so far is no more so less malicious and more of so kind of a criticism to help the developers fix the the parts of the game that aren't great, so the full game is even better for all of us to experience. So if you don't know what Back 4 Blood is, it is essentially, I guess you could say, the long-awaited sequel or Left 4 Dead 3, but more so titled Back 4 Blood, since Turtle Rock Studios is back for our fucking sanity. Because Left 4 Dead or Back 4 Blood is like kind of a co-op zombies experience and everything with normal infected and special infected. Now I kind of wanted to dive into the positives of the Back 4 Blood beta so far after day 1. I think now we're in day 2 as you guys are hopefully seeing this. So positives, I do really like the special infected and all the new monsters in the game, and I guess you could say all of the these monsters kind of have kind of Left 4 Dead type traits. Like we have our standard boomer, we have our standard pretty much every other special infected that was in Left 4 Dead, which I'll make sure to put all of them on screen as examples. But it's good to see that they kind of brought us back to some the special infected of Left 4 Dead, but also gave us some new ones, just so it's not too fucking boring. And I don't really have much of an issue with many of these special infected, besides the fact that with the one that pulls you up in the air, I think he's called Tall Man or Big Guy or something like that and everything. It sounds like a placeholder name, but nope, that's the actual name, and I would actually like to see it stay that way. But all I would want is when he's able to hold you up in the air, I would like a certain animation, maybe a quick time event, or maybe we have to tap really quickly and everything to maybe be able to escape his grasp, just to make it just I guess you could say fair. Also, I don't think this was in Left 4 Dead, correct me if I'm wrong, but this game does have a big boss and everything in one of the maps. Well, I think we only have one main campaign thing so far. I think so, correct me if I'm wrong, but we do have a boss in one of them, or the only one we have, and it's really cool and everything. Very tough to defeat and everything, but just very cool in general. But kind of as a add on to the special infected, I really like how this game carries the torch of Left 4 Dead's emphasis on teamwork. Realistically, you could not play this game solo, or you at least cannot get through it sane, because there's gonna be constant special infected. Screw the normal infected, but there's been constant special infected pounding you down to the fucking ground.
This motherfucker.
What are we gonna do with you?
Whoa, big guy.
We all died.
I just got fucked up. I'm on the side of the bridge.
And you need teammates' help to do that, so you literally need teammates. Now obviously I guess you could call this a negative. This game with requiring teamwork doesn't go without its trolling, which obviously is funny. I find it funny or anything. Trolling can be funny, but not when it's usually on you. That's not fucking funny at all. So far we've been through the special infected, the emphasis on teamwork, which I really like, that's been carried over, because you really do need your teammates helping us and everything. And that's exactly why it's a co-op experience. And based on co-op and everything, I do hope split screen makes it into the full release. That'd be really cool. This is kind of a positive and a negative, but the new hub world and everything that's never been in a Left 4 Dead game, that's kind of an interesting take, where there's a firing range. You could rearrange and buy new cars and upgrade your stuff and go to a firing range. I think you could even practice verses where you could box someone.
Want to prove your mettle?
I do like this new hub world, but at the same time, I feel like it slows you down from playing the actual game. I don't know, I'm kind of indifferent in the hub and kind of hope in the full game it's kind of a choiced experience, kind of like it is for a game Call of Duty World War II, where at first it was something that you just went into right away, but then they made it a choiced hub experience where you don't have to go there, but it's a choice to go if you do want to. But yet again, that was a hub experience with where you could go with everybody online and everything, and Back 4 Blood only has it where it's you only. So I guess as if they made it a choice and make it so boring that they might as well take away the feature in general. So I guess I'm fine with it. It's alright. I don't think it's too bad of a feature or anything. It's fine. It's not really that big of an issue, and I guess you could say it's cool. I do like the general gameplay and HUD and UI of Back 4 Blood. The gameplay is pretty quick and everything and all of that, and I do like the weapons and how a decent amount of them are brought back from the Left 4 Dead series and anything, like the Scar, the mini Uzis, the like, you know, Molotov cocktails, the pipe bombs, the pills, like, you know, the meds, the bandages, and all like med kits and stuff like that. But a new thing, yet again, kind of a positive and a negative, is the shop when you do get into a safe room. Also safe rooms. I do like how they did keep the safe rooms like, you know, completely the same, or kind of the same, but like, you know, the door design's the same, and the general goal of each map is to make it to the like, you know, safe zone or the safe room. But I am not a huge fan of the fact that they added in shops inside the safe room. I'm like, you know, but also on the other end, it's kind of like, you know, needed for their new not cryptocurrency, I don't know the fuck I said that, but for the new in-game currency, which is copper, which is like, you know, something you collect around the map through your playthrough to purchase like, you know, new weapons, med kits, and just like abilities and like, you know, items in the shop in the safe room. So it's kind of needed. The shop is kind of needed with like, you know, the whole new like, you know, currency of copper found around the map as you're playing. But I kind of do miss that Left 4 Dead thing where it's like, you know, you go through, there's only a select few weapons you can pick up off the ground and everything and all of that. But at the same time, it's cool and it's kind of a new evolution. Like, you know, it's like, you know, they're trying to change it up a bit and everything, which I understand. It's perfectly fine. Like I said, it's not a bad thing, but it's just something I could deal with and I don't really care. I can just see it as cool. The campaign so far is pretty cool. Yet again, a good and a bad thing. I'm not a fan that so far we have no cutscenes, and this game comes out in October, which they might be saving the cutscenes and everything. Like Left 4 Dead had cutscenes with like, you know, our characters. So I do hope they have like, you know, cutscenes in here to like, you know, offer a story to us and everything. Because if this game doesn't have a story, then it's gonna be a bit like, I do want cutscenes with our characters, and they already do have like, you know, separately recorded dialogue for each of our characters. So I wouldn't doubt them having like, you know, separately recorded things for cutscenes and everything, which I would really like. I mean, we kind of have a story throughout like, you know, our characters' dialogue a little bit, like, you know, it's bits and pieces of but I would genuinely like a story and everything and cutscenes. And that brings us into our characters, which I do like our characters and everything, and I do like how each of one of them have their own special abilities. So those are fun and everything. They do have some good and funny dialogue and everything. I do have to say, not as iconic as like, you know, Francis and like, you know, everyone else from like, you know, the standard Left 4 Dead games, but they're pretty funny. You get a good chuckle out of them. Me and my friend Marcus play this and everything, which I do want to upload more videos of that. But we did play some like, you know, Back 4 Blood. We did have a good like, you know, laugh over like, you know, the kind of character dialogue and like, you know, kind of commotions. Also, they brought back kind of team damage, which I guarantee, or friendly fire, which I obviously knew they were gonna bring back, but I kind of like that's a nice little addition. The map design and stage design and act like, you know, designs, I do really like those two. How it's like, you know, gonna go from foggy forest to like, you know, sewers, and just in general with like, you know, the farms and all of that, and just like the map design of also having the cars brought back, or like, you know, ways to alert hordes. Although they did not bring back the witch. God damn it, that was such a good fucking thing. But I can live without the witch and everything, but there's tons of new things that could alert hordes, such as like, you know, cars, the standard stuff, but also now pigeons, which I cannot tell you how many times that's fucked me over. But yeah, the map design is overall good and everything. I guess it's overall really all the really good things and like kind of mini bad things I didn't like about like, you know, the game, and kind of would like to see changed, but I don't really mind.
My whole team left without grabbing the fucking explosives. We couldn't do it.
Whoa, big guy.
And we all died.
I just got fucked up. I'm on the side of the bridge falling off. This is just like fucking Left 4 Dead. That's insane.
Ammo here.
Now let's get into the really bad things, or not really bad, like I said, all this is labeled as criticisms to help them, like, you know, better the game and not malicious attacks against the team, since they clearly did put a lot of thought and effort into this game. And as one last kind of good thing before we send off into, you know, the critiques, I do think this game is genuinely really fun, but as I did play through, it's really fun if you're playing with people with mics, or people with, like, you know, friends, or a friend group. It's probably great fun when you, like, play by yourself or anything, but I just find it much more fun, just like Left 4 Dead as an example, is if at least the people in the lobby or your lobby have mics, or if you're playing with a group of friends or just a friend in general. Now let's dive into the kind of critiques of this. So I've had a few experiences where zombies will sometimes clip to the ground, which is obviously just standard glitches that I think even the standard Left 4 Dead games had, because those games were not perfect at all and everything, but they were good games and everything. Not perfect, but good. And just had a few glitches here and there, which they're not big things. These are kind of nitpicks. Also, sometimes my gun would not appear in my hand, which I think I had like literally as soon as I spawned into my first match. Like the gun just takes a long time to load into your hands, which is a bit weird, but yet again, small nitpick, small critique. Something that I feel they'll fix, and they've gotten already like lots of things about, and they'll fix, like, you know, before this, like, you know, closed beta alpha thing is over. I don't like how much the zombies slow you down. Could be very tedious. I understand it's probably a bit of a thing where it's like there's two sides to people who like that. It's either people who just don't care and feel like, you know, it's the only way to really make the game difficult, but also could be very tedious in my opinion. I don't know. It gets me raging at a game that's fairly a calm experience. Also, it feels like your health goes down really quick and everything, even when you're playing in, like, you know, standard, like, you know, non-veteran and just recruit, like, you know, difficulty. It feels like your health goes down like really quick. Also, this isn't really a critique at all of the game, but I've still not found my perfect sensitivity for this game yet and everything, because Left 4 Dead was pretty slow. Not slow like, you know, obviously the game is very fast paced with zombies, but like, you know, slow in the sense of your character movement, I guess. Also, like I said, not a big fan of the hub world and everything, since it makes like getting to, like, you know, each place, like, you know, tedious, but it's all fine. I guess I might as well get into the whole card section of this, like, you know, video. Even my friend Marcus was confused about the cards, like the special abilities and the new deck, like, you know, feature. I feel like it's something I got to learn and get used to. At first I was kind of like, what the fuck is this and everything, and why is this in the game? It made me just as confused as when they added in, like, you know, the new perks and the fucked up perk system in Black Ops 4 Zombies. But overall, it's something I could feel like I grow into and everything, and start to like and actually strategize and actually, like, you know, pick good cards and have my own decks. So that's a bit of a bad, and not really much of a bad, but I guess you could say, like, you know, like how I mentioned in the first video, it's kind of something that's like, you know, but I'll get used to it. In some parts of the game, it doesn't really feel hectic enough. Like, you know, as much as Left 4 Dead, where you have, like, you know, hundreds of zombies charging at you all at once. In this game, it kind of feels like they send them in like small waves of like 5 or 6 and everything, when like Left 4 Dead would spend like fucking 20 at you. So I do feel like the game needs to be a little bit more hectic and everything. Obviously, if you're playing on a harder difficulty, it's gonna be more hectic, but in general with Left 4 Dead, it felt always hectic no matter what difficulty you're playing on. So I do want them to amp up the zombie count in, like, you know, the game, which is, it's a beta, maybe they're like, you know, testing out servers and maybe how many zombies they can have at a time or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm not a game developer. Also, I did want to kind of go over some critiques that people had in a video that I did watch. This video is by Dreamcast Guy, which I'll make sure to link his video down below in the description, since it's a really good video on the Back 4 Blood beta and everything. I kind of commented my issues on the game so far, such as, like, you know, some other stuff. Also, that 3-minute timer, when I didn't know how to get past and everything, I was like, really? Do I just sit through a 3-minute fucking timer? But no, I was just a bit of an idiot, and I had to select all my cards before I could get into the game and ready up. But some, like, you know, other issues that people did mention, or the community did mention in the comments or replies to my comments on this guy's video. Some people did say that the game is too hectic on higher difficulties, which I think is just standard Left 4 Dead. I think the game is meant to be hectic when, like, you know, it gets to certain points. And they also said there's no sound cues for individual specials, and it's insanely challenging in a matter of seconds. And that they've had tall boys and everything, the ones with the gigantic arms spawning on top of them. I don't think I've noticed sound cues yet and everything. I might just, like, you know, not be looking out for them, so I'll make sure to look out for them. But make sure to leave your thoughts down below if you guys aren't hearing sound cues and everything. Someone did mention that they agree with me, but they said the only real struggle is on hardest difficulties or higher difficulties. It's so linear in terms of how many enemies attack you. It gets boring, and not having your covered flank pressure to keep, like, you know, the special enemies away from pulling you. And essentially, like, you know, the game being too linear and everything and stuff like that, maybe not that many possibilities, I think is what he means. I'm not sure, which I do kind of agree, but yet again, it's a beta and it's only the first map. But I feel as more maps come on and everything, I do feel they'll fix, kind of, not fix, but add more maps with, like, you know, different obstacles. And someone, as the final comment did say, I wish ADS was just a little faster, which is something I noticed a little bit. In a time, it feels like to pick a new card for your deck feels like it takes too long, which is something I do 100% agree with, and I do wish that was like a quicker process. Like, you don't have to pick new cards every single time. But overall, the Back 4 Blood beta is off to a perfectly great start, and with a few minor things that, like, you know, practically nitpicks that I have about the game, or minor issues that I do hope they fix, which I feel they will. Since Turtle Rock Studios feels dedicated to making this game as best as it possibly can, and I hope they do take the criticism as, like, you know, oh, we can improve on this, which is 100% what this is intended to be. This is not to bash them at all, since I feel they are good developers and everything, and that like I do hope that they will, not even hope, I don't know why I keep saying that, but I know they will fix the issues. I know that they will listen to the community, since they have been highly responsive to people over the like, you know, release to like, you know, this beta and over the course of like, you know, this game's kind of so far lifespan. Now, things that I do want for the future of Left 4 Dead in like, you know, the game's release is something that we'll go over in another video. But overall, make sure to leave your thoughts down below on how you guys are enjoying. Are you guys enjoying the like, you know, Left 4 Dead, or not Left 4 Dead, I don't know why I said Left 4 Dead, Back 4 Blood beta? Are you guys enjoying the Back 4 Blood beta so far? Make sure to comment down that below and everything. And are you guys experiencing any issues and anything that we can make sure to let Turtle Rock Studios know so they could get it fixed to make the game as good as possible, so we can have the most enjoyable and fun experience as possible. But yeah, that was all from me today and everything. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this and more gaming videos, which I do want to release gaming videos almost every Wednesday and Friday. But don't worry, the Walking Dead content is going nowhere on this channel, and it is 100% staying, as I do focus to upload a ton more or anything on this channel, because I do really want to like, you know, grow with this year. But yeah, that was all for today and everything. I'm definitely gonna keep playing this beta and everything, and I got a ton of codes and I gave out to friends and everything. And for this coming Wednesday, I do want to have a video of me and my friend Marcus playing like, you know, Back 4 Blood and everything, since it's been a really fun game so far in my opinion. A few dull moments here and there and everything, and I didn't even talk about it. I'm gonna probably add this in earlier in the video, but the versus mode is so much fucking fun so far. I didn't play versus that much or even at all in Left 4 Dead, but now that I get to play it in this game, it is such a fun fucking mode in my opinion. I mean, the tall boy guy, kind of the one like, you know, my favorite one that I get to play as, is it's a little slow and everything, which I do wish they would speed that up just a little bit so that like guys don't have so much of an advantage. But yeah, this beta is looking good so far and everything. So yep, see you guys later, my amigos, and peace out.